Hello everyone from Tony, the Scarred Ghost. Some days ago I was looking back at the code of our game Hitmotion Reloaded that we developed like 2 years ago for the Vive Focus Plus. It was one of the launch titles, a fitness game where you could punch objects and stay fit while you're having fun. And then I remember that while the game was published only for the Focus Plus, actually behind the curtains we made a plugin to make it compatible with various platforms and experiment also with the Quest, with SteamVR, etc. etc. The problem is that the system was pretty complicated. It involved the batch file plus all the plugins of the headset inside Unity plus a lot of stuff. One of the problems was like SteamVR was very aggressive and put some flags inside the settings of Unity, and it made the game crash on Wave, so on the Focus Plus. So it was a disaster. Some days ago, I wondered if something like this now is easier. So if it is possible to make a game for the Quest and for Wave, so for the Focus Plus and all the other compatible headsets in an easier way using the new tools of Unity. And the answer is yes. I'm making this video to show you how it is possible to do that, how it is possible to use Unity's new tools to create content. The VR content is compatible with Oculus Quest, Vive Focus Plus, an all-wave headset, and all SteamVR headsets. So it's amazing. So you can really develop once and deploy everywhere. That is the dream of all us developers. I make this for two reasons. The first one is that so you as a developer can publish on more platforms and earn more money for your VR game or VR experience. The second one is that if we all developers create applications for the biggest number possible of platforms, these platforms will all be rich, and so there will be more competition in the VR community. Otherwise, we risk that only Oculus has all the games and all the other headsets have nothing. So the more people know about cross-platform tools, the better it is for all the ecosystem, both the developers and the VR manufacturers. So let's start. As you can imagine, we will develop an application with a Unity Cube because you know that I love Unity Cubes. We will call it a Cross Unity Cube and it will be compatible with everything. Let me show you from the beginning to the end how I do it. Okay, so I've opened the Unity Hub and let's create a new project with the Unity 2019.4.10. It is the LTS version, so the long-term stable version of Unity. I usually use it. And let's call this experience cross Unity Cube. You know that I'm a huge fan of the Unity Cube. I also submitted it to AppLab. So let's create it and now let's Unity do its magic and create a project for us. Okay, so Unity has opened. So now we will add to our project the XR plugin management. So let's head to edit, project settings, XR plugin management, install XR plugin management. And again, let Unity do its own stuff for some moments. In the meantime, you can watch some memes of cats and cucumbers on the internet. The integration of the plugin management has happened. So now we're here for PC, here for Android. And so everything is ready for Oculus. You can say for Android, we can already use Oculus or the Quest. So if I just click here, it will install all the required things for Oculus Quest. So this is very fast. And now it works. So now we are already ready to publish something for the Quest, but before actually just building for the Quest, I have to do still two things. So the first one, let me switch everything to Android for now. So sorry if I've been too fast. File, build settings, Android, switch platform. So just for the first build should be theoretically for Android. So it will be very fast in switching everything. And now what I want to do is also install the XR interaction toolkit. Why I do this? Because with the XR plugin management, basically you can only view. So the main camera becomes VR and you can view with Oculus Quest this scene, but you also want to interact with the cube. So let's go to Window, Package Manager, let's wait for all the package to be loaded. And XR interaction toolkit has been made so that you can grab objects, interact with input, it can do all this stuff with all headsets. So it is a cross-platform solution. And let's go here, interaction. So in the search bar, we haven't found the XR toolkit because I have to go to advanced, show preview packages. And as you can see, I've written interaction here in the search bar. So I select XR interaction toolkit and I hit install here on the low corner, install. And now we'll add the XR interaction toolkit to do its work. As you can see, the XR interaction toolkit now, the new version requires the new input management. So let's answer yes to habilitate it. This will make Unity to reboot. Okay, so the package is now installed. So we can close this. And actually, what I like to do, I don't know if it is mandatory, but I do it the same. I go edit, project settings, and I specify that for the player, other settings, there should be active input handling. I put both because this new input system is not fully supported by everything. So at the moment, in everything I do, I always put both. So let's apply the changes. It will reboot Unity again. Yes, it's a nuisance, but we have to do this. Okay, we're back here. So we have our sample scene. And what you can do is hit the game object, XR, device-based room scale XR rig. So it has removed the main camera and substituted it with a room scale XR rig. This is a generic XR rig. If you already use the XR interaction toolkit, you know that this is generic. It doesn't bound to any headset, so it can work with all ones. All ones are compatible with Unity system, so this was not obvious before. So it is a rig with two controllers that emit some rays with which you can interact with objects. So let's put a cube in front of the player for the object. I hit the right button of the mouse. So here to the object, cube. Okay, and let's move it like 2 meters forward. And since I want to interactive actually, 2 meters forward and like 0.5 here, maybe let's make 3 meters forward and 0.5 on the Y, 3 on the Z. And then again, the right button, 3D object, plane. So now we have a plane and we have a cube. So let's just add a random material to the plane. So here select the plane, inspector, go to materials, element 0, click on the circle to select a new material and pick another thing just to make it different. I don't know. Okay, it's cool enough, I think. It's a black. Okay, it's black with some lines. I added this special mapping wireframe material just to make it a color different than the one of the cube. That's okay. So now let's select again the cube and add component and select XR grab interactable, and that's it. Basically, this will make the cube grabbable through the XR interaction system. So you can grab it with whatever headset. So if you never use XR interaction toolkit, I will just be very fast and explain that it offers interactions that works with the headsets or cross-platform ones. There are interactors, and the rays that you have attached to your controllers are interactors that let you interact with objects, and the objects you interact with are the interactables. And so the grab interactable means that you can grab it on your hand. So now we can save the scene, and basically you have a scene in which I can enter in VR, move in VR, and grab the cube through rays, and also launch it. Let me know So throw and attach, yes. So this means that when you throw it, it attaches from your hand and it's fun. Maybe there was also gravity. Let's activate also gravity on the touch. So here on the cube in Excel Gravity Interactable, gravity on the touch is more funny when you launch it, the cube um, falls down even if you disable gravity here. So now it's activated. It's okay this way. So now I can save the scene, file, save, or Control S. And this scene now is compatible with Oculus Quest because I made the build settings, player settings, exact plugin management, Android. You have the Quest active with the exact plugin management. So now if I hit build and run, this game can run on the Oculus Quest. We'll make a test with the builds in the end of the video. So now the question is, how do we make this compatible also with Wave? The news is that HTC Vive made Wave compatible with XR plugin management and XR interaction toolkit. You see there is a new Vive Wave XR plugin that is compatible with all the other systems on Unity. So you can make something cross-compatible in an easy way. So how you can do it? Well, um, let's start from adding these lines to the manifest.json. So basically, what happens? Unity uses a package manager to which you can install and uninstall packages for your project. The packages for Vive Wave are not available to the standard Unity registry. So the official Unity registry doesn't have the packages to make your application compatible with Wave. But you can download them from another registry, so the one from HTC Vive. And it's pretty easy to do this. So basically you have to add to the folder of your project. So here we are in Cross Unity Cube folder. You have to go to packages and you see that there is this manifest.json file. So open it with an editor, use Notepad++. You see that this is the types of packages installed in the project. We have to add some lines now to this file to make your project download also packages from the Unity from the HTC Vive registry. So let's write on here. We have to copy these lines, scope the registries, blah blah blah, enter this square bracket, and paste it at the beginning of this file. So the file should have a curly bracket, then scope the registry, blah blah blah, close square bracket, comma. And the rest the same as before. So hit Ctrl S to save this file and return to Unity. Unity, you see that it has shown a pop-up resolving packages, but nothing has changed. So what we have to do is go back to Window, Package Manager. Let's reopen the Package Manager. And usually it takes always a while to open. It's pretty boring, the Package Manager about this. But we will open a lot of time during this tutorial, so be patient, please. Okay, so the wait is over. Here you see a line, Unity registry, blah blah blah. Let's click on Unity registry and select My Registries because you have to download it from the package registry that you just added. And there is, you see, Vive Input Utility, Vive Wave XR plugin, Essence Native. So this is an interesting utility to make cross-platform experiences. I'll leave you to the details in using it, but I prefer just using the Wave XR plugin to just add compatibility. Personally, I add directly the Essence package because it also has some native features of the Focus Plus that I usually use, but you can also just add this one, the Wave XR plugin. But I'm used to do that, so let me click on Wave XR plugin Essence and install it. And now let's just wait for Unity to install the package of Wave XR. So now we have this, let's hit accept all. You made the right choice, thank you. And let's close this. So it has all been installed. So now what you can do is also make this build for Wave. So build settings, player settings, or you just go to the project settings here. To edit menu is the same. You go to XR plugin management, and now there is also Wave XR. If you want to build for Wave, you have to disable Oculus and enable Wave, because if you keep both enabled, the Wave build will crash at startup. So now that I made this, I could just hit build and run and build the application for the Vive Focus Plus. I haven't changed anything in the application, just install the plugin. Since I'm using the XR interaction toolkit and the XR plugin management, nothing must change in my project. So this is incredible, and it is a big value that Unity has given to us to these cross-platform tools. Okay, but I want to do more. I want to try to support SteamVR, and the problem, so let's get on to PC. So again, here, switch platform. So I want to test SteamVR build. Make also this scene for SteamVR and this fantastic Unity cube for SteamVR. So how I can do this? Theoretically, I could do something similar. The problem is that, as I shown in this article that's been pretty popular, there is some problem with SteamVR. And the problem is Valve has worked with its input system, while Unity is to this cross-platform input system, where Unity is offering another way of making cross-platform input system to also the new input system. Valve doesn't want to adapt to the one of Unity, also because it knows that with OpenXR, everything will change again. So I said, why should I adapt now? Then OpenXR exits, I have to uh, adapt again. So basically, they're waiting. And this wait is getting a disaster because developers using the XR Interaction Toolkit are not the proper way to use the SteamVR headset. I found a hack to make it work, and now I'll just implement it in the system. There is a full article about it. Can provide the link here in the comments, but in the description, but I'll just do everything together again. I just want to underline that it's a hack that I've developed. Actually, we're all waiting for Unity to implement OpenXR that is currently in beta. Valve implement OpenXR that is in the works as well. When everything is over, we won't need this hack. We just use OpenXR to make everything super compatible. So let's start applying this hack to our project and make it also compatible with SteamVR. So let me just read and do it on the fly. So we have installed everything. Okay, we already made this. Now it's time to do this. As I said, I updated this article because this thing is not working. We have to download the XR plugin for OpenVR, that is for SteamVR, from this page. They can find a tarball, a TGZ file. You can click on it and download it wherever you want. After you have downloaded, we have to add it to our project. So imagine what we're going to do. Window, Package Manager again. And this time we'll make another thing different. So click on the plus and add package from tarball. And we'll select this Convalue Software Unity OpenVR blah 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 TGZ. Let's open it. And this basically will add support for OpenVR to our project. After the installation is finished, if you go to Edit, Project Settings, you should see now in XR Plugin Management there is OpenVR Loader for PC. So it has started to become a bit crowded with OpenVR, Wave XR, and all the possible headsets. And it's okay, we want it to be pretty crowded, but let's not activate it yet. So we have to finish everything. So we now have to download the SteamVR Unity plugin, and this will be necessary for our hack of reading input from our SteamVR devices, because the plugin we just installed works only to let you move your head, basically act as a viewer. You can also move the controllers, but you can't interact with anything, and this is the big issue of the interaction between SteamVR and Unity with the toolkit that I described you before. So to make things work, you have to go to this other link. I will provide the link to this page in the description so you can find all this link and all the procedure. And I can download the SteamVR Unity plugin exactly here, Unity package. So click on it, download it, and let's go. So when you have downloaded it, let's close the package manager. You go assets, import package, custom package, SteamVR Unity plugin, open, blah blah blah. It will take a while to decompress and let it do everything. Then import. Okay, we are here, and so let's return here. Everything is okay. We have to create SteamVR input action. So Windows, SteamVR input. Yes. Let's wait a bit. It will generate something. It will compile. I spent some time to create actions. The actions are basically exactly as the new input system by Unity. SteamVR now works with actions. So you have the action for grep, and you can associate it at runtime with whatever key that you want. So it's higher level interaction system. So hit save and generate, and we're okay. We can close this window. Now we can interact with stuff using SteamVR. And now we have to do a bit of hacky things because we have to modify a bit the interaction system because of to create this connection with SteamVR. We'll create a wrapper, things that are a bit dirty but are necessary. As I said, when OpenXR will arrive, all of these will not be necessary anymore. So let's return to the directory of our project. Let's go to library, package cache, and take com unitxr interaction toolkit 0.10.0. Let's copy it and paste it in another location. So maybe I paste it in the main directory of the projects, cross Unity Cube. So paste, perfect. Now to return to Unity, and you open again the package manager, return to Unity, now go in project in this menu, take XR interaction toolkit and remove it. So hit the remove button here. You may think that I'm crazy if hit remove and be sure about it. But the fact is that we have to modify it, and if we leave the package in the package manager, it is controlled by Unity. And if you modify it, next time you launch Unity, it will be again in the initial version. And so the modification won't last. So we have to basically add its source code as any normal other package so that we can modify it and make the changes persistent. We can close again the package manager. Let's return to here, take the directory you have just copied, cut it, Control X, and go to assets and paste it here, Control V. So basically now return to Unity, we have removed the interaction toolkit from the package manager and added it to the standard assets folder. So now we can modify it and treat it as whatever other source code. What we have to do now is the first thing maybe there are lots of errors. And you may wonder why, and the fact is that the new interaction toolkit requires the new input system package. So window, package manager, hit in project, like Unity registry, and write input in the search field. There is input system, select it and install it. Basically, we're installing in all the project the new input system upon which the XR toolkit relies on. So now it has this dependency added, and it is fundamental to make everything work. Okay, now no errors anymore. Fantastic. So let's close everything. Now we have to add SteamVR dependency to the interaction toolkit. So we will add some references to SteamVR input inside Interaction Toolkit. So open this folder, Interaction Toolkit, runtime, and click on this unity.xr.interaction assembly definition file. Here, let's hit the plus 2 times, and these 2 empty lines. In the first one, select SteamVR, and the second one, click here, SteamVR actions. So now we should have dependency update for SteamVR and SteamVR actions, and hit apply at the end of this page to apply these new dependencies. Nothing should change for now, but it will be useful later. So now it's time to modify the code. I promised it to you. So I've written here the code I can easily copy and paste. So I will use it. So I will take the file, runtime. So always here in the directory interaction toolkit, runtime, interaction, controllers, xr controller.cs, this one. Let me open Visual Studio, and I will just paste the file that is on my page. What I'm doing is I'm creating a wrapper of the standard management system of the input by Unity, so that this wrapper will work in the standard way with the headsets and work in special way with SteamVR. It's the only way I thought about to solve the problem. There are errors until now, but don't worry. Then you have to go to runtime xr input helper.cs. So always here, runtime xr input helper. So open it, paste the code that is on my page, and save it. Now, Snaptone Provider is not necessary anymore with the new version of Unity. Now let's copy this other file, and in runtime interaction, let's create a C# script input device wrapper.cs. Open it, paste the code, and modify button. Yes, it's me. And now everything should compile happily. Yes. So now we hacked the SteamVR system inside the interaction toolkit, objects and script. But to add the final compatibility, we have to make another thing. So go here, create empty, create an empty object. Let's give it a name like SteamVR input helper. So create empty, create an empty. So that the first one add the behavior pose, SteamVR behavior pose. Pose input source left hand. The same for here, SteamVR behavior pose, input source right hand. If you don't do this, SteamVR doesn't know how to get the input for the hands. And so basically it doesn't give you input to the hack that we created. So these scripts will trigger SteamVR engine so that the hacker we created will be able to read data from SteamVR and inject it into the XR interaction system scripts like XR controller, like Snaptone Provider, blah blah blah. So let's save the scene. I've noticed that on the other platform these don't give any kind of problems at runtime, at least for my experience. So now we are just to make some final adjustments so that the SteamVR build will work, because for Unity, if you hit play now, everything is done. We have to go in SteamVR resources, SteamVR settings, disable auto enable VR. So I guess this prevents to create nuisance on other platforms. Then copy the file xr settings. This was in SteamVR resources. Now go to XR settings, open VR settings.asset, and copy it in streaming assets SteamVR. I can't copy from here, so we'll do this from the folder here. So I'm in cross Unity Cube assets XR settings. I copy this file and I put it into streaming assets SteamVR. Assets, streaming assets SteamVR. Okay. These were tricks that I found when I've written the article to make everything build correctly. I don't remember why I had to do this. And then in the build, File, build settings, Windows X, autosave, 8664. Autosave was in Italian, sorry. So this will require a full recompile. I've noticed that if I didn't do this, everything would come to a disaster when I executed the program on PC. Okay, the recompiling is over. And now this is the other thing that I noticed that is already done by Unity, but let's check again. SteamVR is excluded Android. Okay, so everything works. So make save project here, save the scene, and there's a last thing, add this scene with add open scenes for the build. And for the player settings, let me just hit new technology workers. It's us. So if you need a VR application, a VR game, contact us and we can create this for you. Or design it for you because we have an amazing game designer, my friend Max. So now everything is set. What I can do now is showing you the build process for the 3 headsets and then execute the game in all 3 devices to show you that it works in the same way. So let's start from PC. Since we're already on PC, so build. I like to create a bin folder. I know that people mock me because usually people use builds now. So cross Unity Cube PC. Okay, select folder, and now let it make this build for PC. Okay, it has made our exe file, and I've noticed that I forgot to tell you one thing, but actually it has been made automatically by Unity. So if you go to the XR plugin management for PC, you should have selected OpenVR loader. It has been done automatically because you have to click it to activate SteamVR support in your application. If you want to do it with Wave XR, you have to disable it and enable Wave XR. So before doing the build, actually, you should have checked that in XR plugin management in the project settings, OpenVR loader for PC is selected. Okay, now that PC has been made and works, we hope it works. Let's go to Android, switch platform, and let's make a build for Oculus and Wave VR. Okay, the switch is finished, so now we are ready for making the build. Notice that I'm not changing the source code of anything. Everything is the same in our application. Of course, it's a simple application. I not want to oversimplify stuff, but it shows you how it is powerful Unity. Now we're making cross-platform apps. So let's go to the player settings, the project settings. So see XR plugin management. Now we are in Android. So Wave XR is selected, not Oculus. Remember that now we can make a build for Wave. So build, always the bin directory, cross Unity Cube Wave. And let's wait. And voila, we have the APK, and now to make it for the Quest, just return to the XR plugin manager in the Oculus settings, disable Wave XR, enable Oculus, and again, build. Cross Unity Cube, Quest. Save. And notice that since there is not OpenXR yet, we can't use the same APK on all devices. So we have still to make different builds, but the source code is the same. This is what is important. The source code is the same, and we just have to build for all the platforms. And since I know Unity, you can also call Unity from the command line. You can make a PowerShell script. We made it, for instance, a time of emotional to make all the builds, just triggering a PowerShell script. So you press, bam, hit the build script, and it builds for all the platforms at the same time. This is amazing. So now we have our 3 builds. Do you want to try it with me? Okay, now I'm wearing the Oculus Quest with the link. So it is like a Tether headset with SteamVR. Let's start cross-unity-cube.exe. So let's see how and if it works. So I'm seeing inside SteamVR opening. Now I'm in the SteamVR environment made with Unity. And you can see I'm in the environment. I have 2 race interactors. There are these fancy colors around me. And hitting the grip on the controller, I can grab the cube. It's a bit too big. You can see, and then I can launch it because I put that grab. Oh my god! I'm launching it very, very fast. So it's super cool Unity cube. I can do it with both hands. I can throw it. Goodbye. Okay. So on PC, it works. Okay, now let's try with the Quest, not with the link. So now I've disabled the Oculus link. Let me open side Quest so that I can show you the content in an easy way with the stream, Quest to crop, start stream, and now you can see my Quest inside. So let me install the APK. So in the bin, cmd, rdb install manual Quest APK. Okay, installed. Let's return to the stream. So let me go to the apps, unknown sources, cross Unity Cube. So I open it. Let's see if it works. There is again a cube, again the 2 rays, and I click the grip and I can launch it. So it's interesting that the force is different. The cube in SteamVR, I could launch it more easily. So it was more easy to make it go towards down. Here it seems a bit more unstable. Also, I can spot more artifacts because there is not anti-aliasing enabled because it is Android. But as you can see, I can use both my hands. I have a cube and it works. Yes. And now it's time for the third platform, the Vive Plus. So here I am with my Vive Plus on the head. You may wonder why you could be interested in a Vive Plus. It's now an old device, I know, but HTC is going to launch a new headset, probably, most probably, according to the rumors this year. So HTC himself has said it. We don't know anything about it, but I guess that will be something like a standalone, like an evolution of this. So it is a speculation of mine, also a rumor on Geekbench, talk about an XR2 Focus. So let's see if this coming. So now I connected my Focus Plus. I'm proud to have this little toy. Install on it the version per way. Okay, so now let's see what happens on the Vive Focus Plus. I have it in my head. Let me use SideQuest to show you the content of the device. Let's open the application Cross Unity Cube. Made with Unity, and that's it. You can see that there is a cube. You don't see the floor, but actually you can see that it's there from where the ray ends. I guess the reason is that I've chose for the floor a very weird shader, and is not compatible for some reasons with Vive Wave. So this is what I meant with, anyway, to make a cross-platform content, you need to make some little tweaks here and there. In this case, I chose a where shader was not compatible. In my other tests that I made before this video and using the standard shader, the URP lit or unleashed shader, everything was okay. In fact, the cube is correct. So it depends, little tweaks and things that if you make cross-platform apps, you know they have to do. But if I push the grip on the controller, you can see that I can grab the cube exactly on the other platform. I can also launch it but you can see that I need more force to make it launch. I don't know why, I guess it depends on the sensors on the controllers, but yeah, it's working. As you can see, it falls on the floor is not visible, but it's there. So probably if I wanted to do a cross-platform content, I will choose a different shader for the floor to make it compatible with all platforms. But the logic, you can see the cube, all the standard stuff is working together. So as you see, this cube is compatible with Wave, Quest, and also SteamVR. This is nothing short than amazing. And that's it for today. I hope you like this way of making cross-platform content and that you can will employ it in your future applications. Of course, this was easy also because it was an easy application. So remember, of course, if you have to create a super complex games, there will be some things that will be different in the various platforms you will publish on. For instance, the position of the controller, so the graphical representation of the controller should be different in all platforms. So you will want to create a macro and load the appropriate controller depending on the kind of headset, or you want to modify something in interactions depending on the platform and the type of the controllers, blah, blah, blah. So it's not always this easy. I just want to show you that anyway, the basics are possible to do the basics of a VR experience so that it's cross-platform with everything. And I also want to invite you to check out hitmotion.games or our game Hitmotion Reloaded because maybe in the upcoming weeks something cool may happen. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, if it has been useful to you, please like it and subscribe. If you want to support my work, please donate some money on Patreon and share my work with your peers. So for now, thanks for watching. Have a nice day developing for VR. Bye bye.